In Pronost, I said, it's not going to work, the old earth and a new earth coming together, for one very simple reason. Not because people on earth are bad, but because it's actually your fault. Because this isn't a safe space to experience true love anymore. You can't. And you know that. You came into this lifetime, you could say, as your designated ascendee. But you came in this lifetime because, you see, love is a sense. It's very different than sight, sound, things like that, but it is a sense. Love is a way of perceiving reality. Therefore, it's a sense. Love never existed until it was discovered on this planet, or realized, or created, whatever you want to say. It didn't come from God. It didn't come from angels. Angels, ones who've never been here, do not know or have the sense of love. It was created here. You have loved and you've been loved, but there is, you could say, a last frontier of love that you really came here for. It's the real reason. The real reason, or I would say the more personal reason. And at some point in this lifetime, rather recently, you realize that it's not safe enough here. Because humans are hard. They're living a hard life. It's not safe enough. Because the next level of love, which you so desire to experience, so desire to have in your life, is simply not safe here. It is too sensitive. Sensitive meaning like sensitive, but sensitive, that sense. The energies here are so harsh that actually, if we didn't have the counterbalance of THS, they would attack you. They, not people necessarily, well, they might too, but the energies would attack you. The harshness of life with the sensual beauty and design of real love. I mean, real love, not the one that you felt when you were a teenager. That was big love, but not, I mean the pure love. The kind of the juxtaposition between the two, the imbalance between the two would cause the harshness of human life to literally attack the sensitivity of real love. So therefore, Theos was created for those who desire that next level of love. And it's not a love necessarily with the boy next door or the guy you've been having an affair with for a couple of years, but I won't mention your name. That's not really, you know. I promised I wouldn't tell. That's old love. You've had that, you've been there, you're bored with it, you've tried it, you tried to recreate it kind of sexually and it didn't work. You know you came here for the sense of real love. Humans aren't experiencing right now. How can you experience love so deep and consuming and encompassing and in beauty? How can you experience that in a world that still buys into hard life? That's why the two didn't come together. That's why there is Theos, the place of experiencing love, and earth, and you here on earth. And that's why, in a way, they really are together, but they're not. They're two different levels of being able to sense life and sense the beauty of life. They're together, but they're both here, but they're not together. And then recently, after that, and only after that, could we do Wound of Adam. Wound of Adam talks about love. It's a story of love between the characters Isis and Adam, which are simply the feminine and masculine aspects within you. And in Wound of Adam, it talked about this great love We talked about Isis's shame, but then the great love that they eventually discovered together here on earth. I won't go into too much of the story on that, but needless to say, the two tie in so beautifully. In Isis's, the feminine pursuit of love, her desire, let me put it this way, Isis, the feminine aspect, is the one that's going to insist on the experience of true love, while Adam, in love to Isis, holds down the fort. Adam will maintain the place, the balance on this earth where you still live, where you still have your body, while Isis comes to find true love in a place called Theos. What next? What next is real love. I don't want to say too much about it right now because I want you to have that experience for yourself. But I want you to understand what's going on, why you've been feeling the way you're feeling, why it seems to be crazy at times, why you don't understand what's going on within you, why all the things being turned upside down, they're not. We're not going too fast. We're not going too slow. We're going just right. That's so beautiful. And all you have to do is just come to your senses. With that, I'm going to finish this day with a MERABH and let all of this soak in. I've distracted. Hopefully I've shared. Hopefully I've brought a focus into what's really going on in your lives. So let's bring this into all integration right now. Of course, I've said a lot of words and none of them really matter. Not much. What matters is that you're here, and that you're allowing. And all that hard work, all that harshness on yourself, let's take a deep breath and just let it go. What a life it is. What a life. Let's take a deep breath and just come to our senses right now. Meaning, let's really keep it simple. Let's keep it really simple. Let's come to our senses. You know your senses right now. I've been talking about them forever. You're probably bored with that, but sense of sight and hearing and even thinking, those are all senses. These are the things that give you a perspective, a view of life, reality. But now, as you allow, the senses open up naturally. And there are senses so beautiful, a sense of imagination. It's a way of perceiving reality. Sense of dreams. Dreams give you a sense right now for all of the integration work and all the stories. How all of your stories, your past and future lives, all the rest are actually coming into their realization. All at the same time. As you allow all the characters in your great book of life, all of them are coming to their realization. Imagine this great book with thousands of stories, thousands of chapters. And the chapters, all these different stories, they continue on and on. They don't close out. And here you are, allowing. And it changes. It basically integrates all the stories. You could say you're the answer they've been looking for. You are the answer they've been looking for. And the thing for you to remember is simply to allow what comes natural, the I am. The best thing you could do for them, for yourself, is simply relax into your enlightenment. Simply relax into an easy life, a good life, an easy life. Simply relax into the beauty, the design of your own self. As one relaxes, trusts, I guess you would say it is, into themselves. All the senses, the sensual parts, they open up. A sense of love is probably the biggest. You see, there's one story that's nearest and dearest to you in this lifetime. You've got all these other lifetimes, all these other stories, but you can feel them, you can sense them, they're swirling all around. But there is one story, one sense that really caused you to come back here. Love. Now, let yourself feel that common bond with all of the other stories now. All the past and future lives. Weren't those love stories as well? Creating the sense of love, experiencing love, going to the heights of love and the depths of love. It's no wonder that all of those stories, those past and even future lives, all of those facets of you, they share that common thing. Love. But it was you this lifetime that said, I want true love now. Deeper than any of my other facets or aspects I've ever felt, deeper than any of those other stories. Their stories continue to wind and spin and evolve, but you said, this is it. This lifetime for me. Love. It wasn't about enlightenment. It was a good distraction. It wasn't about ascension. That's spiritual macchio. You entered into this life through the womb of your mother to come to the greatest and the most pure experience of love, to fulfill the desire for love. That's it, right there. Loving a child is such a beautiful thing. Loving another human, man or woman, is sublime. But the next realization of love makes those pale in comparison. That's why you walked into this life. That's why you created Theos, to make it possible when there was that agonizing realization that love, the type you really seek, that love was not possible just on the old earth. It would take far too long for the two to integrate. And that's why the old earth and the new earth don't come together. That's why Theos becomes your safe space. That is also here, right now. That's why Theos was created as the safest of the safe spaces. So you could allow that love. It's one of those things, it's the first and the last thing that you wanted to do in this lifetime. You're not going to find your way there through your mind, by figuring it out, by trying to call it in. You simply allow. You simply allow. Take a good deep breath, and I ask you simply to feel that safe space that you're creating. For which this next experience, the true act of love, can be played out. The safe space, the stage, the setting, and you. Please don't try to go too fast or too slow. You see, in allowing, it's not trying to control, it's not trying to say speed it up or slow it down, it's just allowing. And then this love comes to you. It's not going to be a tall, dark, handsome man or beautiful woman. No, it's going to be different. It's not going to necessarily be somebody you share breakfast with in the morning and go to bed with and snuggle up with at night. No, that's love also, but this love It's very different. Very, very different. Take a good deep breath, dear human, dear master, and simply allow. And then it comes to you. It's that simple. It's that easy. Take a good deep breath. The timing on all of what we're doing here is so beautiful. Such a design of time and energy and consciousness. Let's take a good deep breath. Whew, a lot happened there. That was a good MERABH. I mean, because you allowed it to be. Let's take a good deep breath and come back to kind of where we started. Simple, easy life, good life, and a life of such love that was the very reason you came here in this lifetime. So let's take a good deep breath with that. And what do we say as we close this out? All is well in all of creation. Thank you, my friends. Thank you. Thank you.